So if you are like me and you feel a shift in your life, or you know it's time for a change, and you know it is time to do the absolute best you can do and become your very best self, then this video is definitely for you. Hello, my name is Kennedy and welcome to my channel. Hopefully, I feel like I never really introduced myself like that on this channel. So I'm like, let me start doing that. Each video needs telling you guys, hey, my name is Kennedy and welcome to my channel. So I usually make a lot of toggle content, and that is pretty much my thing that I like to make. But I also want to show you guys my personality and know that I am more than just my height. I feel like I'm in a season now where I'm very much in this, I feel this shift in my life. And I know it's time for me to make changes in my life. I feel like for years, I kind of went through the motion to kind of I was comfortable. I was good at just doing things that were comfortable for me. And now it's no, it's time to do things that are uncomfortable, but it's also time to do things that are bettering yourself. You know, you say you want to do these things you want to do in your life, but it's you can't do certain things in your life if you're not willing to change certain things about yourself. So I feel like right now I'm in this season of really changing and bettering myself physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And mentally. Oh, did I say that already? I think I did. So yeah. So a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, I decided that I was tired of playing around. I'm on this fitness journey right now because I'm really tired of looking the way I look. Not saying I hate my body, no, I don't hate my body, but I do know that I want to be smaller than what I am. And so that's why I was it's time for me to really, just become this different version of myself. I feel like when you look good, you feel good, and that is something that I've always, really, I go by that motto. What is it? Motto in life. I can't talk right now, clearly. But yeah, so I have been definitely stepping up my fitness game a lot more. Also, not only have I been stepping my fitness game up, I've also been making sure I'm watching what I'm putting in my body, because I feel like you can go to the gym all you want to, but if you're eating bad, it's not really going to help. You know what I mean? So you can't eat bad and then expect to go to the gym and then still think you're gonna lose weight because you're not. So that is what I'm doing right now. I am very much in my fitness journey, fitness girl. I know I really want to start. I definitely want to buy me some more. Definitely want to buy me a whole bunch of cute gym outfits. Also, if you are a tall girl that's watching this, I definitely say Honor Active is for sure a tall girl approved brand. Their leggings are so long on me. I have to jack them up a little bit. That's how good they are. So I cannot wait to buy some more. When I do some buy some gear from them, I may do a haul on here just to kind of show you guys how they really are tall girl friendly. But of course, if you want to see my face every single day, then follow me on TikTok. Yeah, that is my thing. So right now I'm on the thing where I'm trying to weigh weekly to see how much I am each week. I have goals I'm trying to hit. I'm trying to be a certain weight at each, not every week, but I'm trying to be a certain weight at certain times. So I know in July, I plan on going, I don't know what we're doing for a trip, but I know I want to be a certain weight in July. And then October, I'm trying to go back to Savannah. So I really want to be a certain weight in Savannah, in Savannah. So all that good stuff. Also, if you guys keep up with concerts and stuff, you know that Chris Brown and Usher are going on concert. They'll be here in Atlanta in November. So I'm definitely going, me and my sister are going. So I definitely want to be a certain weight for that, as well as I want to just look, I'm trying to be snatched for this, okay? I'm trying to be snatched for the concert. But yeah. So I'm definitely trying to get into the fitness side of my life, and I really want to stay consistent with it as well. And the days I don't want to work out, I have to think to myself, girl, you have goals you're trying to hit. You have a look that you want to feel good. You want to just feel more confident in yourself. And I know for me, I feel like I'll feel a lot more confident in myself once I'm to certain weights that I want to be at. That for me is, I think, will really help with the confidence side. Also, something that I really want to do is I'm trying to be more so in my soft feminine era, my grown woman era. I'm 29 years old, and it's I feel for years I've never dressed tomboyish or guyish, but I feel I've always had very chill type, laid back type aesthetic to me, which I still do, but I do want to get more girlier, just softer feminine pieces. That's something I really want to do. Also, I think everyone has their different things that make them more feminine or make them feel feminine. For me, is keeping my nails and feet done at all times. I do want to get my lashes back on. I've been telling myself I am fiending for some lashes at this point, so I cannot wait to get some lashes. Also, if you're watching my videos, you know that I've been talking about being on the job hunt. I was working somewhere about a weekend. I ended up quitting because the warehouse job is it was a bit much. I'm not opposed to working in a warehouse again, but I prefer a very calmer position. But we'll see what happens. I do have a few staffing agents that I'm working with, so we'll see if I can get a job, hopefully, again, by next week. But yeah, so I definitely want to do that. But yeah, I feel like having your hair done, doing, like, me personally, I'm a natural girl, but I do still want to make sure that my hair is looking appropriate. And you just want to, whatever makes you feel soft and feminine. I know for me also, I love a good fragrance. So if you are a sensitive skin girl like I am, Skylar Beauty, they are a brand that pretty much makes perfumes for us sensitive skin girls. But those are just different ways to feel as feminine as possible and just to carry yourself in a very, you know, grown woman, feminine way. I think also the reason why I know I'm in such like a time of change is because this is my last year of my 20s. I'll be 30 in December. And I'm like, I just really want to make a lot of changes in my life right now. And one of those changes is really going after what I really want. You know, I've never been a person that's ever wanted to, I've never been the kind of person that wanted to work a regular job, I guess. I always knew that I wanted to do something more than just, you know, work a job, a 9 to 5 or whatever, which is nothing wrong with 9 to 5. I just knew I wanted to do more than that. And so right now I'm very much, not only am I chasing my dream, or not only am I chasing the career of content creating, but I'm also chasing a dream of acting. I don't know if I've ever said this before on this channel, but I really do want to get into acting. That's something I've been wanting to do for years. I've been putting it off. But this year I told myself that I am for sure going to get into acting. So that takes money, obviously, but I need to take acting classes. So I'm excited for that because I really do want to take acting classes. I've never taken them before. Plus, it's also stepping me outside of my comfort zone. And like I said, for years, I know for a fact I was doing things because it was comfortable and because I didn't want to get out of that comfortability. But now it's time for me to be it's time to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, as they say. So that's something I really do want to do. Also, I think when you're making changes about yourself and looking at yourself, it takes a lot of self-awareness. And you start to discover things about yourself that you probably didn't discover beforehand. So for me personally, I feel like I'm definitely discovering new things about myself every single day. And I feel like it's a good thing because you want to discover things about yourself. You want to see, like, you want to look back at yourself. And so for me, I know another thing I want to do is I want to go back to therapy. I was doing therapy at one point, but I stopped. But I want to go back to therapy just to kind of like get those things out. Something that I think is a little bit, I guess, vulnerable for me to talk about right now is about, if you've been on TikTok, or if you've heard of it, there's this thing, apparently I never knew it was called, but it's called maladaptive daydreaming, where pretty much you tend to escape in your mind to different scenarios. I just call it making up fake scenarios in your head, but pretty much what you do. And you're just sitting there like daydreaming, but it's more than daydreaming. It's more so like you're escaping your reality. And I never knew it was necessarily a bad thing, but it really kind of is, because you are thinking about, you're literally escaping whatever you are, where you are mentally. And a lot of the times you're doing it because you're lacking something in your life. I know for me, a lot of my times is because I'm lacking the dream career that I want, because I'm lacking relationship. You know, I've never been in a relationship before. And so because of those things, that's where my mind tends to go. But it is a form of escapism because you are escaping your current reality to go to this place that you feel like you want to be at, but you aren't there yet. And it can be time consuming, and it's a lot. And I know for me, I think for years, I've been doing this since I was a kid, never even thought about it. It's like, it's okay to have a great imagination, but when it becomes a bit much, then it's like, yeah, it's time to probably figure something else out. So for me personally, I'm tired of doing it. I'm tired of like kind of escaping that. And unfortunately, it's not an easy thing to do. You can't just shut up your brain. Okay, let's stop doing this. No, you tend to do it all the time. So for me, the last, like, I'd say 2-3 weeks, I've been doing a lot better. I pretty much try to like set a timer and allow yourself to kind of have that little moment, because it is something you have to kind of wean yourself off of it. I know it sounds crazy, but you do. So set a timer and pretty much sit there and do what you want, have those thoughts or whatever in your timer, but then once the timer goes off, it's time to stop. And it's not an easy thing. Like I said, some days are better than others, but I feel like each day that you're trying to do it, then that's, better than anything. Also, you want to make sure that you're coming up with different hobbies. Me personally, I love to read, so that really helps me as well. Also, if you're someone that does it when you fall asleep, because a lot of people, they do it when they're trying to fall asleep, I would say put on some type of like noise. It's kind of like distracting you. So like instead of having TV on, having like rain sounds playing from like YouTube or whatever, or also having brown noise has been helping me a lot, especially with like calming my mind and putting me to sleep. brown noise is really, really good for like an overactive mind. And so I've been listening to brown noise every night for the last like 3 to 4 days. It's really been helping me like calm down and like really be able to not even think like anything, just go to sleep. Also, I want to get a brown noise machine because I've been using my phone, but I want a brown noise machine actually. So yeah, that's something. But I think taking care of your mental is so important, especially when you are in a season of trying to change things about yourself. Things may come up and you want to get them out. Journaling is really important as well. Having new hobbies. I'm someone that really wants to try new hobbies. So that's something I want to do this season in my life. When you are trying to chase after a dream career, you do want to make sure you are the best self that you can be. And so for me, it's like, how can I put out the best content, or how can I do the best when it comes to getting into or acting and all that if I don't feel my absolute best self, or I'm not doing what the work needs to be done. And so that's why I know it's time for a change. And change can be scary. It really can. You know, I sit up here and I think to myself, like, I'm super excited for my future. I really am. I've been saying that all week. I'm super excited for my future. I'm very happy for it. But at the same time, it's a little scary, especially when you're used to something that you've been doing for years, or you're used to a way that you are, and now it's time to do something different and be somebody completely different than what you were before. And it is a little bit scary because you're so used to it, so comfortable with that, what you have, that's like now it's time to get uncomfortable and change things about yourself. And it's okay though. And, you know, as far as like relationship goes, what I was talking about earlier, I just feel like right now I'm not in a place to be in a relationship. I feel like I'm very much in this season of making changes in my life and trying to really better myself and become the absolute best version of me. And I feel like a relationship just isn't something I'm really ready to do right now. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying if a guy comes up to me that I'm attracted to and we're vibing and I wouldn't try to like date him, but I think I would let him know immediately, like, hey, this is the season in my life. So you can either be along with the ride and support, or you can just, you know, not be there. So, but also I feel like a relationship in a sense would be a distraction. And I don't want any distractions right now because I'm really in this phase of, I'm also being selfish. And that's good. It's okay to be selfish at times. I feel like for years I wasn't. And it's time for my selfish season. So right now I'm like, when I tell y'all I'm so focused and tunnel vision on myself and my goals and dreams that I have, I'm not worried about nobody. Like, I'm not. Whatever's going on over here, I don't care because they're going to do with me. If it ain't, you know, do something with me, or if it ain't helping me with all that, I don't really care. I don't have time for drama. I don't have time. Okay? I am trying to be stress-free, but I am trying to really be on my grind right now. I'm not worried about what people are doing. And I feel like when you are in a season of change, when you're in a season of shift, you have to really focus on yourself. And I know sometimes it can come off mean or harsh, but you know, for years, you may be like worried about the people or people pleasing and all that. And it's like, we don't have time for that no more. This is our season. We have to really work on ourselves. And like I said, spiritually, you know, I feel like at one point I was doing really good with my faith and then I slacked off. And I was like, oh no, we gotta get back to that. So I have been making sure that I've been keeping my faith up and just putting more and more trust in the Heavenly Father. I know whatever your religion is, I feel like you really want to put trust in Him and you really want to build a relationship with Him. And I feel like, you know, for years I may have had one, or I feel like I never really had one for years when I was a kid. Or I had one as a kid, but not really because I didn't really know what I was doing. But now as an adult, obviously, I definitely feel like, you know, it is hard to trust and it is hard to take control, especially when you can't see something. But I feel like each and every day I'm definitely letting go more and more and just putting my trust in Him. And it's really hard as a Capricorn, I think, to let go of control. But we have to let go of control. And I'm an overthinker. I am an avid overthinker. But I'm like, I am doing a lot better with not overthinking. Also, I'm impatient. But the Father's really working on me when it comes to impatience because I really am becoming way more patient. I'm not saying I'm patient with everything, but I am being more patient with things when it comes to my life. And I think that's helping me become more patient because the old me would have tried to hurry up and go back to a job or go back to something that was familiar because I don't wanting something. But I'm like, be patient. And it's like, I saw TikTok that said, you don't really want the job, you just want the security and the money. I'm like, yeah, that's really what it is. I don't want a job. If I could make money off this right now, I'd be perfectly content. But I need money for what I am trying to do. And so it's like, I do need a job. And as a vessel, I guess you can say, is being used for. But yeah, that is what's going on right now. So yeah, I don't want the video to be too long. I just want to kind of tell you guys like where I'm at with everything. So I guess if you guys are watching my vlogs, you understand like what it is going on, like what I'm trying to do. Like I said, I tend to go back and forth, or I was going back and forth when it comes to my vlogs, but I'm like, you know what? No. Whoever wants to be along the ride, this crazy thing called life, and me doing what I'm doing, then go ahead and, you know, keep watching my videos. But like I said, if you want to see me every day on my short form videos or short form channel, follow me on TikTok, the same username, Kennedy Danielle 31. Also, I wanted to post on Instagram again. I haven't posted on Instagram in like 5-6 years, so yeah, need to do that as well. But yeah, so if you like the video, like it, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.